Right now, as you're watching this, something huge is happening. Our world is splitting into two different paths. One path leads to a higher, more amazing way of living. The other? It's the same old story we've always known. This split isn't just some far-off idea. It's happening right here, right now. And the wild thing is, you might be one of the special people chosen to help make this big change happen. Think about it. Have you ever felt like you don't quite fit in? Like you're seeing things others can't see? That's not just in your head. It's a sign. A sign that you might be waking up to a whole new reality. This new reality? We call it the 5D Earth. And if you're feeling that pull, that sense that there's more to life than what meets the eye, you could be one of the chosen ones meant to help bring this new world to life. Now, I know what you're thinking. Me? A chosen one? That sounds like something out of a movie. But hear me out. This isn't about having superpowers or being better than anyone else. It's about being awake, about seeing the world in a different way. And if you're here, listening to this message, chances are you're already on that path. So, what exactly is happening right now? Picture the world as a giant scale. On one side, we have people who are starting to wake up. They're questioning the way things have always been done. They're feeling more connected to nature, to each other, and to something bigger than themselves. On the other side, we have folks who are still asleep. They're stuck in the old ways of thinking, focused only on what they can see and touch. As more and more people start to wake up, that scale is tipping. And as it tips, it's creating two different versions of reality. One version is stuck in the old 3D world, a world of limits, fear, and separation. The other is moving into a new 5D world, a world of possibilities, love, and connection. This split isn't happening somewhere far away. It's happening right here, in our everyday lives. You might be noticing strange things lately. Maybe time feels different. Maybe you're having more vivid dreams. Or maybe you're just feeling like something big is about to happen. These aren't just random occurrences. They're signs that this split is real and it's happening now. But here's the thing. This split isn't set in stone. We're not passive observers in this process. We're active participants. Every choice we make, every thought we think, is helping to shape which reality we end up in. That's why it's so important to understand what's happening. Because once you know, you can start making choices that align you with the reality you want to experience. Now, let's talk about these chosen ones. First off, forget everything you've seen in movies or read in books. Being a chosen one isn't about having magical powers or being perfect. It's about being awake and aware in a world that's often asleep. So, what does a chosen one look like? Well, they could look like anyone. They could be a teacher, a nurse, a student, or even a kid. What sets them apart isn't what they do, but how they see the world. Chosen ones often feel different from a young age. They might feel like they don't quite fit in with the crowd. They might have a strong sense of empathy, feeling others' emotions as if they were their own. They often have a deep love for nature and feel a strong connection to animals. Chosen ones are the ones who look at the world and think, there's got to be more than this. They're the ones who question why things are the way they are. They're the ones who believe in their heart that we can create a better world, even when everything around them says it's impossible. But here's the really important part. Being a chosen one isn't about being special or better than anyone else. It's about being willing to see the world differently. It's about being brave enough to question what everyone else takes for granted. And it's about being kind enough to want to help others, even when it's not easy. If you're resonating with these words, if you're feeling a little tingle of recognition, there's a good chance you might be one of these chosen ones. But remember, with that recognition comes responsibility. Being a chosen one isn't just about you. It's about how you can help others, how you can contribute to making this world a better place. Now, you might be thinking, but I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I have doubts. And that's okay. In fact, that's more than okay. It's necessary. Chosen ones aren't perfect. They're real people with real struggles. What sets them apart is their willingness to keep trying, to keep growing, even when things get tough. Being a chosen one doesn't mean your life will suddenly become easy. In fact, it might become more challenging. You might start to see problems in the world that others don't notice. You might feel a strong urge to help, even when you're not sure how. You might feel overwhelmed by the task ahead. But here's the secret: you're not alone. There are others like you all over the world. And as more people wake up, as more chosen ones step into their role, we become stronger together. We create a network of light, a web of awareness that spans the globe. This network is what's driving the split between the 3D and 5D Earth. Every time a chosen one makes a choice based on love instead of fear, every time they choose to help instead of hurt, every time they choose to see the best in others instead of the worst, they're helping to tip the scales towards the 5D reality. But what exactly is this 5D reality? Well, it's not a physical place you can point to on a map. It's more like a state of being. In the 5D reality, we're more connected to each other, to the earth, to the universe itself. We understand that we're all part of one big, interconnected web of life. In this 5D world, competition gives way to cooperation. Instead of fighting over limited resources, we find ways to create abundance for everyone. Instead of seeing nature as something to be conquered, we recognize it as a living system that we're part of. In the 5D reality, we're not limited by our physical bodies or our five senses. We develop new ways of knowing and perceiving. Intuition becomes as natural as sight or hearing. We learn to communicate in ways that go beyond words. Now, this might all sound a bit far-fetched. You might be wondering how we get from where we are now to this 5D world. And that's where you, the chosen ones, come in. You're the bridge. You're the ones who can see both realities. You can help others understand what's happening. You can show them, through your actions and your way of being, what this new reality looks like. But remember, this isn't about forcing anyone to change. It's not about judging those who aren't ready to wake up. Being a chosen one means leading by example. It means being the change you want to see in the world. It means holding space for others to wake up in their own time, in their own way. As a chosen one, your job is to keep raising your vibration, to keep aligning yourself with love, compassion, and understanding. As you do this, you naturally help lift the vibration of those around you. It's like lighting a candle in a dark room. You don't have to force the darkness out. Just by shining your light, you transform the space around you. This process of awakening, of shifting from 3D to 5D, isn't always easy. You might face challenges. You might have days where you doubt yourself, where you wonder if any of this is real. That's normal. In fact, it's part of the process. These challenges are opportunities for growth, chances for you to strengthen your connection to this new reality. During these times, it's important to remember why you're here. You're not just here for yourself. You're here to help all of humanity make this great leap forward. You're here to help birth a new world, a world of greater love, understanding, and harmony. So, if you're feeling the call, if you're resonating with these words, know that you're not alone. There are millions of chosen ones all over the world, waking up and stepping into their role. Together, we're creating a tipping point, a moment of transformation that will change the course of human history. This is why the 5D Earth timeline split is happening now. It's not just some distant future event. It's unfolding right here, right now, in every moment. And you, as a chosen one, are at the heart of this great shift. Your thoughts, your actions, your very being is helping to shape this new reality. So, what does this mean for you in your everyday life? It means staying aware. It means making choices from a place of love rather than fear. It means treating others with kindness and compassion, even when it's difficult. It means taking care of your physical body, but also nurturing your spirit. It means staying open to new ideas and experiences. The shift to 5D isn't just about big, dramatic changes. It's also about the small moments. The times when you choose forgiveness over anger. The times when you take a moment to appreciate the beauty of nature. The times when you reach out to help someone in need, even if it's just with a kind word. As a chosen one, you're also here to help hold the vision of what's possible. In a world that often feels dark and chaotic, you're here to remind others and yourself of the light. You're here to show that another way is possible, that we can create a world based on love, cooperation, and mutual understanding. This doesn't mean ignoring the problems in the world. Far from it. As a chosen one, you might find yourself more aware of these problems than ever before. But you'll also start to see solutions that others might miss. You'll start to understand that many of our biggest challenges are actually opportunities for growth and transformation. For example, the environmental crisis we're facing isn't just a problem to be solved. It's an opportunity for humanity to remember our connection to the Earth, to rediscover our role as stewards of this beautiful planet. The social and political divisions we're seeing aren't just conflicts to be resolved. They're opportunities for us to learn how to truly listen to each other, to find common ground even with those who seem different from us. As a chosen one, you have the ability to see beyond the surface of things. You can look at a situation that seems hopeless and see the seeds of new possibilities. You can look at a person who seems angry or afraid and see the love that's hidden beneath the surface. This ability to see beyond appearances is one of the key characteristics of the 5D reality. In 5D, we understand that everything is energy. We can sense the underlying patterns and connections that shape our world. We understand that our thoughts and emotions aren't just private experiences, they're forces that shape the world around us. In the 5D reality, we also understand time differently. Instead of seeing time as a linear progression from past to future, we start to experience it more as an eternal now. We understand that the past, present, and future are all connected, all influencing each other in complex ways. This shift in how we perceive time can be one of the strangest and most challenging aspects of the move to 5D. You might find yourself experiencing time differently. Days might seem to fly by, or a single moment might seem to stretch on forever. You might have vivid memories of things that haven't happened yet, or find yourself reliving past experiences as if they were happening now. These experiences can be disorienting, but they're actually signs that you're beginning to perceive reality in a new way. You're starting to see beyond the limitations of 3D perception. You're getting glimpses of the bigger picture. As a chosen one, part of your role is to help others understand and navigate these changes. As more and more people start to wake up, they might feel confused or scared by what they're experiencing. Your job is to reassure them, to help them understand that these experiences are normal and natural parts of the awakening process. But being a chosen one isn't just about big, cosmic experiences. It's also about how you live your everyday life. It's about bringing more love, more compassion, more understanding into every interaction. It's about seeing the divine in everyone and everything around you. This doesn't mean you have to be perfect. In fact, trying to be perfect can actually hold you back. The 5D reality isn't about perfection. It's about authenticity. It's about being real, being vulnerable, being willing to learn and grow. As a chosen one, you're here to help create a world where everyone feels safe to be their true selves. A world where we celebrate our differences instead of fearing them. A world where we understand that our diversity is our strength. This is the world that's being born right now, as the Earth splits into these two timelines. And you, as a chosen one, are at the forefront of this great change. You're the pioneers, the trailblazers, the ones who are stepping into the unknown to create a new way of being. It's a big responsibility, but remember, you were chosen for a reason. You have within you everything you need to fulfill your role in this great shift. You have the strength, the wisdom, the love. All you need to do is trust yourself, trust the process, and keep moving forward one step at a time. So, as you go about your day, remember who you are. Remember why you're here. Every kind word, every loving thought, every moment of awareness is helping to create this new reality. You are making a difference, even when you can't see it. And know that you're not alone. There are millions of chosen ones all over the world, all working together to bring this new reality into being. We might not know each other, we might never meet in person, but we're connected. We're part of something bigger than ourselves. This is the great adventure of our time. The shift from 3D to 5D isn't just changing our world, it's changing what it means to be human. And you, as a chosen one, are at the heart of this transformation. So embrace your role. Step into your power. The world is waiting for you to shine your light. As we move deeper into this 5D Earth timeline, you might start noticing some strange and wonderful changes in your life. These aren't just random occurrences. They're signs that you're beginning to shift into a higher state of consciousness. Let's talk about some of these signs so you can recognize them when they show up in your life. First off, you might find yourself feeling more connected to nature than ever before. It's like suddenly, you can feel the heartbeat of the earth itself. You might find yourself drawn to spend more time outdoors, feeling a deep sense of peace and belonging when you're surrounded by trees, plants, or animals. This isn't just about enjoying nature. It's about feeling like you're a part of it, like there's no real separation between you and the world around you. Another big sign is that your dreams might start getting really vivid and intense. It's like watching a movie in your sleep, but you're the star. These dreams might feel more real than your waking life sometimes. You might even start having dreams that seem to predict future events, or dreams where you're visiting other places or dimensions. Don't brush these off as just your imagination running wild. In the 5D reality, dreams are a powerful way of receiving guidance and information. You might also start noticing more synchronicities in your life. You know those moments when you're thinking about someone and they suddenly call or text? Or when you keep seeing the same number everywhere you look? These aren't just coincidences. They're signs that you're becoming more in tune with the underlying patterns of the universe. In 5D, we understand that everything is connected, and these synchronicities are like little winks from the universe, letting you know you're on the right track. Your intuition might also kick into high gear. You might find yourself just knowing things without knowing how you know them. You might get strong gut feelings about people or situations that turn out to be spot on. This is your higher self communicating with you, guiding you towards your highest good. Time might start feeling different too. Some days might seem to fly by in the blink of an eye, while others seem to stretch on forever. You might find yourself losing track of time when you're doing something you love, or feeling like you've lived a lifetime in a single moment. This is because in 5D, we start to experience time more as an eternal now, rather than a linear progression from past to future. You might also start feeling more sensitive to energy. You might be able to sense how other people are feeling, even if they're trying to hide it. Crowds might start feeling overwhelming as you pick up on all the different energies swirling around. You might even start seeing auras or energy fields around people and objects. These changes can feel exciting, but they can also be a bit overwhelming at times. Remember, it's okay to take things slow. You don't have to figure everything out all at once. Just stay open, stay curious, and trust that you're exactly where you need to be. Now, let's talk about how this shift to 5D consciousness changes your everyday life. Because make no mistake, this isn't just some abstract concept. It's a real change that affects everything from how you work to how you relate to others. In the 3D world, work often feels like a chore. It's something you do to pay the bills, counting down the hours until you can go home. But in 5D, work becomes something entirely different. It becomes a way to express your gifts, to contribute to the world in a meaningful way. You start to see your job not just as a source of income, but as a way to make a positive impact. This doesn't mean you'll suddenly love every aspect of your job, but you'll start to see the bigger picture. You'll understand how your work fits into the grand scheme of things. And if your current job doesn't align with your higher purpose, you'll feel a strong urge to make a change. Don't be surprised if you suddenly feel called to switch careers or start your own business. In 5D, we're all about aligning with our true purpose. Your relationships will change too. In 3D, relationships are often based on need or habit. We stick with people because we're afraid to be alone, or because it's comfortable. But in 5D, relationships become about growth and mutual support. You'll start to attract people who resonate with your energy, who inspire you to be your best self. This might mean that some of your old relationships start to fall away. And that's okay. It doesn't mean you're better than those people, or that they're bad. It just means you're on different paths right now. Trust that the right people will come into your life at the right time. You might also find yourself becoming more honest and authentic in your relationships. In 5D, there's no room for masks or pretenses. You'll feel a strong urge to be true to yourself, to express your feelings and needs openly. This can lead to some uncomfortable conversations at first, but ultimately, it creates deeper, more meaningful connections. Your relationship with yourself will change too. You'll start to become more aware of your thoughts and emotions. You'll notice when you're being hard on yourself or when you're letting fear hold you back. And you'll start to choose different thoughts to treat yourself with more kindness and compassion. This self-awareness extends to your body too. You might start craving healthier foods or feeling drawn to new forms of exercise. You might become more sensitive to substances like caffeine or alcohol. Listen to these signals from your body. In 5D, we understand that our physical health is deeply connected to our mental and spiritual well-being. Your perception of the world around you will shift as well. You might start to see beauty in places you never noticed before. A sunset might move you to tears. The laughter of a child might fill you with indescribable joy. You'll start to appreciate the miracle of just being alive, of having this human experience. At the same time, you might become more aware of the pain and suffering in the world. This can be hard to deal with at first. You might feel overwhelmed by all the problems you see. But remember, in 5D, we understand that we're all connected. When you help others, you're helping yourself too. So let this awareness motivate you to make a difference in whatever way feels right to you. Your sense of time might change in your daily life too. You might find yourself less worried about the future, less caught up in regrets about the past. Instead, you'll find yourself more present in each moment. You'll start to enjoy the simple things more: a cup of tea, a conversation with a friend, a walk in nature. All these changes might sound big and dramatic, and in a way they are, but they don't happen overnight. The shift to 5D is a process, and it unfolds gradually in your life. Some days you might feel like you're flying high, fully in tune with this new reality. Other days, you might feel like you've taken 2 steps back. That's all part of the process. The key is to be patient with yourself, to trust the journey. Every experience, even the challenging ones, is helping you grow and evolve. You're learning to navigate this new reality, and like any new skill, it takes practice. Now, let's talk about some of the challenges you might face as you go through this shift. Because let's be real, any big change comes with its share of difficulties. And the shift from 3D to 5D consciousness? That's about as big a change as it gets. One of the biggest challenges you might face is feeling out of sync with the world around you. As you start to see things from a 5D perspective, you might feel like you don't fit in anymore. The things that used to interest you might suddenly seem meaningless. You might find it hard to relate to friends or family members who are still firmly in 3D consciousness. This can lead to feelings of loneliness or isolation. You might feel like no one understands you, like you're speaking a different language. And in a way, you are. You're starting to perceive reality in a whole new way, and that can be hard for others to understand. The key to dealing with this is to remember that everyone is on their own journey. Just because someone isn't seeing things the way you are doesn't make them wrong or less evolved. They're exactly where they need to be right now. Your job isn't to change them or force them to see things your way. It's to accept them as they are, while staying true to your own path. Another common challenge is dealing with the intense emotions that can come up during this shift. As you become more sensitive to energy, you might find yourself experiencing mood swings or feeling overwhelmed by your emotions. You might have days where you feel incredibly high, followed by days where you feel low and exhausted. This emotional roller coaster is normal. It's part of the process of clearing out old energy and making space for the new. The best way to handle it is to allow yourself to feel whatever comes up without judging it or trying to push it away. Cry if you need to cry. Laugh if you need to laugh. Let the emotions flow through you, knowing that they're helping you release what no longer serves you. You might also face physical challenges during this shift. Some people experience what's called ascension symptoms, things like headaches, body aches, fatigue, or changes in sleeping patterns. These symptoms can be uncomfortable, but they're usually temporary. They're signs that your body is adjusting to the higher frequencies of 5D consciousness. To help with these physical symptoms, make sure you're taking good care of your body. Drink plenty of water, eat nourishing foods, and get plenty of rest. Gentle exercise like yoga or walking can also help. And don't hesitate to seek medical advice if you're concerned about any symptoms you're experiencing. Another challenge you might face is doubt. There might be times when you question everything you're experiencing. Is this real? Am I just imagining things? Am I going crazy? These doubts are normal, especially when you're experiencing things that don't fit into the conventional view of reality. Remember, doubt is just a part of the growth process. It's your old 3D programming trying to make sense of your new 5D experiences. The best way to handle doubt is to stay grounded in your own experiences. Trust what you feel, what you intuit. Keep a journal of your experiences so you can look back and see how far you've come. You might also face resistance from your ego. Your ego, which has been running the show in 3D, might feel threatened by this shift. It might try to pull you back into old patterns of thinking and behaving. You might find yourself falling back into old habits or thought patterns that you thought you'd moved past. When this happens, be gentle with yourself. Recognize that it's just your ego trying to protect you in the only way it knows how. Thank it for its concern, but remind yourself that you're ready for something new. You don't need those old patterns anymore. Another challenge you might face is feeling overwhelmed by all the new information and experiences coming your way. As you open up to 5D consciousness, you might start receiving intuitive insights, having psychic experiences, or connecting with spiritual guides. While exciting, this can also feel like a lot to handle. The key here is to take things slow. You don't need to understand or integrate everything all at once. Take time to ground yourself regularly. Spend time in nature, meditate, or do any activity that helps you feel centered and calm. And remember, it's okay to set boundaries. If you're feeling overwhelmed, it's okay to ask your guides or the universe for a break. Finally, one of the biggest challenges can be letting go of the need for control. In 3D, we're taught to plan everything, to always be striving for the next goal. But in 5D, we learn to go with the flow, to trust in the divine timing of things. This can feel scary at first. You might feel like you're losing your grip on reality. But here's the thing. When you let go of control, you open yourself up to possibilities beyond anything you could have planned. You allow the universe to surprise you, to bring you experiences and opportunities that are better than anything you could have imagined. So when you feel that urge to control everything, take a deep breath. Remind yourself that you're supported, that the universe has your back. Trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Remember, all these challenges are part of the journey. They're not obstacles to overcome, but opportunities for growth. Each challenge you face is helping you become stronger, more aware, more aligned with your true self. So embrace them. See them as the gifts they are. Because on the other side of each challenge is a new level of understanding, a new depth of experience. You're doing the most important work there is, the work of evolving consciousness. And yes, it can be hard sometimes, but it's also the most rewarding thing you'll ever do. So keep going. Trust the process. Trust yourself. You've got this. Now that we've talked about the challenges, let's focus on how you can actively embrace this 5D timeline. This isn't about forcing anything to happen. It's about aligning yourself with this new energy, opening yourself up to new possibilities. Here are some practical steps you can take to help you on this journey. First and foremost, meditation is your best friend in this process. I'm not talking about anything complicated here. Just take 5 minutes each day to sit quietly and focus on your breath. This simple practice helps calm your mind and opens you up to higher frequencies. As you get more comfortable, you can extend the time or try guided meditations that specifically focus on raising your vibration. Next, practice kindness, not just to others, but to yourself too. In 5D consciousness, we understand that we're all connected. When you're kind to someone else, you're really being kind to yourself too. This doesn't mean you have to do big, grand gestures. Small acts of kindness can have a huge impact. Hold the door for someone, smile at a stranger, or simply send loving thoughts to someone you care about. Spending time in nature is another powerful way to align with 5D energy. Nature operates at a higher frequency, and when we immerse ourselves in it, we naturally raise our own vibration. Take a walk in the park, tend to a garden, or simply sit under a tree and feel its energy. Even if you live in a city, you can bring nature to you by keeping plants in your home or listening to nature sounds. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotions. In 5D, we understand that our thoughts and feelings create our reality. Start noticing when you're having negative thoughts or feelings. Don't judge them, just observe them. Then, consciously choose to shift to a more positive thought or feeling. This takes practice, but over time, you'll find it becomes second nature. Another important step is to trust your intuition. In 5D, we rely less on logical thinking and more on our inner knowing. Start small. Next time you have a gut feeling about something, follow it. See what happens. As you learn to trust your intuition more, you'll find it becomes a powerful guide in your life. Letting go of what no longer serves you is crucial in this shift. This might mean letting go of physical stuff. Decluttering your space can have a powerful effect on your energy. But it also means letting go of old beliefs, habits, and even relationships that are holding you back. This can be tough, but remember, you're making space for something better. Finally, focus on gratitude. Each day, take a moment to appreciate the good things in your life, no matter how small. Gratitude is like a magnet for positive experiences. The more grateful you are, the more you'll find to be grateful for. Remember, embracing the 5D timeline isn't about being perfect. It's about being willing to grow, to see things differently, to open yourself up to new possibilities. Take these steps one day at a time, and trust that you're exactly where you need to be. As we dive deeper into this 5D shift, it's important to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Why is this happening now? And why does it matter for humanity as a whole? This shift isn't just about individual growth or personal enlightenment. It's about the evolution of human consciousness as a whole. We're at a crucial point in our history. The old ways of doing things, based on fear, competition, and separation, are no longer working. We're facing global challenges that require a completely new way of thinking and being. The shift to 5D consciousness is our opportunity to create a new world. A world based on love, cooperation, and unity. A world where we understand that we're all connected, that what affects one of us affects all of us. This isn't just some idealistic dream. It's becoming a necessity for our survival as a species. In the 5D world, we'll approach problems in a completely different way. Instead of fighting against each other for limited resources, we'll work together to create abundance for all. Instead of destroying our planet, we'll learn to live in harmony with it. We'll tap into new forms of energy, new technologies that work with nature instead of against it. This shift also has the potential to solve many of our social problems. In 5D consciousness, we understand that diversity is our strength. We celebrate our differences instead of fearing them. Racism, sexism, and all forms of discrimination will become things of the past as we recognize the divine in everyone. But here's the really exciting part. As more people wake up and shift to 5D consciousness, we create a ripple effect. Each person who raises their vibration helps to raise the vibration of the whole planet. It's like we're all connected by invisible threads, and as one of us rises, we gently pull others up too. This is why your individual journey matters so much. Every time you choose love over fear, every time you act with kindness, every time you align yourself with this higher consciousness, you're contributing to this global shift. You're helping to create a better world for everyone. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but it also sounds a little crazy. What if I'm just imagining all this? What if I'm left behind in this shift? First of all, it's completely normal to have doubts. We've been conditioned to believe in a very limited version of reality, so when we start experiencing something beyond that, it can feel scary or unbelievable. But here's the thing. If you're hearing this message, if you're feeling drawn to this idea of a shift in consciousness, you're already on the right path. You're not imagining things. The changes you're experiencing are real. The increased synchronicities, the heightened intuition, the sense that there's more to life than what we've been taught. These are all signs that you're waking up to a broader reality, and you don't need to worry about being left behind. This shift isn't about some people being chosen and others being left out. It's about a gradual awakening that's available to everyone. Some people might wake up faster than others, but we're all on this journey together. Your job isn't to force anyone else to wake up. It's simply to focus on your own growth and trust that others will awaken in their own time. Remember, doubt is just a part of the process. It's your old 3D programming trying to make sense of your new 5D experiences. When doubt comes up, don't fight it. Just observe it, thank it for trying to protect you, and then gently remind yourself of all the experiences you've had that can't be explained by the old 3D worldview. As we come to the end of our journey together, I want you to take a moment to really let all of this sink in. You are living through one of the most exciting times in human history. You're not just a passive observer in this great shift. You're an active participant, a co-creator of this new reality. Remember, being a chosen one doesn't mean you're better than anyone else. It means you've chosen to be awake, to be aware, to be part of this great change. It means you're willing to do the work of raising your own consciousness, and in doing so, helping to raise the consciousness of the whole planet. This journey isn't always easy. There will be challenges along the way. You might face doubt, fear, or resistance. You might have days where you feel lost or confused. But know this, you have everything you need within you to navigate this shift. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Trust the process. And remember, you're not alone in this. There are millions of others all around the world who are waking up, who are feeling this call to a higher consciousness. Even if you can't see them, know that they're there, supporting you, cheering you on. As you go forward from here, I encourage you to stay curious. Keep exploring, keep learning, keep growing. But also, be patient with yourself. This shift doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey, and every step you take matters. Stay open to the magic and wonder of this new reality. Look for the signs and synchronicities in your life. Celebrate the small victories. And always, always choose love over fear. You are a chosen one. You are here for a reason. Your light, your energy, your unique gifts are needed in this world. So shine bright. Don't hold back. The world is waiting for you to step fully into your power. Thank you for being here, for being open to this message. Thank you for your courage in choosing to be awake at this crucial time in our history. Together, we're creating a new world, a new reality, and it's going to be more beautiful than we can even imagine.